Bum ass Raven squad. Put that out there.
Few stealthy gadgets that are surprisingly.
Put that out.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens hope by the end of today's game they'll have secured win number 1 on the season. It's the Browns going up against the Ravens. With that, let's get out to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis, with this Week 10 matchup.
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, it's on to Week 10 already, and we've got a good one in store between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. To return, here's Michael Campanella. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You ain't got to sneak. Go ahead. You trying to sneak and do it?
They come out here in the eye. Now a carry here for Terrence West. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
One of the beauties of a 3-4 defense is that you have flexibility with your linebackers, and you can put them in different spots. But one of the downsides is an offensive team is committed to running the football. You can get your big offensive linemen up on linebackers quicker, and that usually gives you an advantage in running it.
And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's West again. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Damn.
In South Bend, Indiana, thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right, great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the...
Huh?
Two-yard line. And not great starting field position here for the offense. third-year man from Alabama State, Isaiah Crowell. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. And if this offense is going to flow today, certainly the running back will be a key piece.
Without a doubt, because they asked their runner to not just do that, but to block, to catch, to help set a tone for their offense.
Second down, here's Crowell. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because usually 5-on-3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers.
And got his man complete. The 40. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. T.Y. Hilton, 94 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. And I think it's safe to say we won't call many touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now, you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Now Campanaro. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. This offense can be flashy at times, and a big reason for that is Perryman.
I like the way you use the word big because that's exactly what Brashad Perryman is. A big receiver with a ton of speed. Runs so well, yet that strength downfield really confounds defensive backs. Is it okay if I tell you I played against his dad in college?
Well, I'm just impressed that you worked confounds into the broadcast.
I'm impressed I'm still alive because I played against his dad in college.
It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
Joe Hayden is a complete cornerback. He tackles, he covers, and does everything with incredible speed.
3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And Watson has it right side. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Now this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. Won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Jimmy Smith looks like the corners that you want coming into the league now. Long, ability to play the football in the air, terrific cover guy.
Here we go now. Blue, landed. Leopard. Here we go.
Now this time he'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So incomplete on 2nd down. Now they'll look to convert here on 3rd. A Play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And the Browns getting set to go.
Come on.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
Again, it's Crowell. They find some open field here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
To his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. The intended target was Corey Coleman, and it's 3rd down. Offense trying to avoid stalling out, facing a 3rd and 10. On play action, they'll throw. He finds Coleman.
Oh, yeah.
23 yards on the play. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the second level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
They're going to look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So not the strongest of kicks we've seen him make, but he gets a favorable bounce, and it's 3 points all the same.
Yeah, that was one of those where he needed the 6-iron, but he pulled out the 9-iron. That one was run out of gas quickly, but he does manage to pop it over the bar.
And the Ravens taking the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays for one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area. That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2, and that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. A first carry for the vet, Danny Woodhill. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. The safety, Calvin Pryor, is there on the tackle.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Flacco will use the arm this time. It's brought in by Bolden.
Man, come the fuck on, man. Give a break, dog.
And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And now the Browns offense trots back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll run it again with Crowell. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give them a new set of downs.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Let's go! Watching that, Barney!
A 1st down carry now for Crowell. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I thought that was good.
Watching that, Barney! Here we go now!
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Caught left side by Hilton. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Hey, the defense is in this game as well. They wanted to make it a tough 3rd down. They were able to do so on that last play, preventing a big gain.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Crowell, and he's got room. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. If it was sunny, maybe this is a field goal attempt, but with the rain, they're going to go for it on 4th down. Here we go with Johnson. Shrugs the tackle.
Nice.
This nigga broke the tackle, man.
Take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
I say these niggas.
Duke Johnson, his 5th
dog.
touchdown now on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, Yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball, too,
Everybody
right?
I play, you know, lucky as fuck. I can't get a break, man.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it down good and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Flacco here on second down. It's a loss of 4. Now third down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Here's Flacco, and he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Second down following the incompletion. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Coleman has it here right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard. They come out here in the eye. They start on the ground with West. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be second down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Now toss play. It's Woodhead. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. Well, I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
They go play action here on first down. He's got time in the pocket. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. This is West. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. 3rd and long.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Play fake here on first down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes out of bounds inside the 10 at the 9. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Rashad Perryman is just gifted athletically. And I know we got a scare back in, what was it, June? We thought maybe a second knee injury, might miss a second year. But he came back, and he came back strong.
You played with his dad, didn't you?
Yeah, I played against his dad in college, and he turned out to be a heck of an NFL player. But Rashad, he's got a chance to really be special.
They'll run it now out of the gun.
Man,
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
So second and goal here from the 9. They'll run it with West. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Ben Watson was the intended target, the tight end. And it's fourth down. So on fourth down, Flacco off to the sidelines. He gives way to Justin Tucker. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will close the gap down to 14. So the drive takes them inside the 10, but it ends with just 3.
And a nice job defensively to rise up and make sure they didn't get in.
This will be fielded at the 8. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Finding time. Escaping the pressure right. And some space here. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Give them 11 on the gain there. And the Browns are going to have a first down.
Obviously, a big play was needed. And you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a first down, but a big gain to boot.
And the catch made by Kenny Brent. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 at enemy territory. Fresh set of downs here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to look deep down. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Corey Coleman, his second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. Now West. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he'll get to the 29. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. So as they take it over, we step aside. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Barring a flag, final play here for Flacco and company. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it is incomplete. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we send you now to Orlando to check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, LR. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Second half begins with a run by Crowell. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Going up top. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Flacco here on 2nd down. And a hit jarred loose.
You niggas, man.
It's incomplete. That one intended for Anquan Bolden, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head.
These niggas ain't holding on.
Marquise Wilson, the one he was trying to get it to, and it brings up 4th down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Rolling the dice on fourth. Flacco looking for Bolden, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. And a great spot to start this drive from here. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. Uses the stiff arm. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball.
Defensive
When
backs
that guy
catch
also
better than
breaks
offensive.
tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Wide receivers, that's a bullshit. Oh, these niggas ain't catching shit.
One receiver left is
Holding
Hilton.
on to shit. Right on.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He has Brett over the middle. And he's brought down. 16 yards to the 16 and a first down.
They holding on to shit, man. Perriman dropped the touchdown. Let's start the fucking game. Everybody first down to get dropped. Fumbles. Shit, man.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. T.Y. Hilton with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead. And partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. So second down, 3 yards to go now. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Woodhead. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Flacco looks to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route.
Shocky held on there,
It's a gain
man.
of 20 and picking up the first.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
On first down, Flacco. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Mike Wallace, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending the guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Flacco. It's brought in by
Oh, he caught one, bro.
And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
They look to throw on 1st and 10. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's
Come on, y'all got 3 niggas over
Plays
there.
like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the upfield or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
So they almost turn it over there. Scary moment. 2nd down here. Flacco from midfield. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. You're dropping 8. Where are you going to go with the football?
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. The reception made over the middle. This is Bolden. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
Man, we gotta be kidding me.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Won't yield much here as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Green, push it now, boy. Back nine it up, Philly. Here we go. Back nine it up, Philly. Here we go. Green, 39. No. Check. Patriot. Over.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Caught left side by Hilton. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep and curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
Completes it right side to Britt. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll give the Browns a 1st down. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now a handoff to Crowell. And
Why
they'll be
they keep
inside the
switching
35
it
now at the 34-yard
Thank you,
line.
man.
9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. On second down, Johnson. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run. 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Being chased out left. He may try and run for this. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field, but they let him get away, scramble, and pick up a 1st down, and inside the 5-yard line.
They come up in an offset eye. And here we go on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Will Johnson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are pouring it on. And he puts it through. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Flacco here on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Really nice little connection there. They go with the corner route, and it works out well.
And the best way to set up the corner route is to throw slants throughout the ball game so that when you're able to get back outside, the defender has to respect the inside game.
Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, well,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup, and on that play, it worked for big yardage.
Flushed out right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Back to throw here. This will be caught at about the 6. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Double tight, guys, double tight. All right, now look at
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends.
Good, 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 good.
Here's Crowell. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. His defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. And this one is right through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
Now Campanaro. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second down now after the pass completion. Second down, Flacco now. Complete here to the right to Bolden. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Flacco, he's going to float this one deep right side. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off, it's the Pro Bowl corner, Joe Hayden with it. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
They'll get 16 yards there. And that'll be good for a Cleveland first.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why their points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
He'll drop to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Greg Hardy in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Caught left side by Hilton. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd. So here we go, a 3rd down after the 2nd down pass completion. Now a run with a fullback Johnson. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
In this situation, it's really tough to figure out how to defend because they have plenty of room to still take deep shots at the end zone as they just did there. Yet at the same time, you've got to be ready for the short throw. In this case, when you see the cue that they're going for the end zone, retreat and make sure you have a way to play forward, back towards the receiver, and have a chance to bat the ball away as they did there.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, but the net gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in this league. Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
For the reception made over the middle, this is Bolden. A very solid gain of 27.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterback.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A first-time Pro Bowler from a season ago, Anthony Barr. Coming on the blitz, he gets him for a loss of 7. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long, 3rd and 15 to be exact. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Flacco. It's brought in by Bolden. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the 1st down.
There, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. So they're operating in the red zone. Flacco from the gun. Steps away to his left. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these 2 teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the